Hey, hello, how you doing? My name is Tehja Avanni and welcome to Tehja's Wonderland, where we play dress up and make the things that we're playing dress up with. So now this is part 2 of the Venus Temple Avanni Ensemble project, where we already did the bra in part 1, so now we're doing the corset in part 2. Now, y'all know me, I love to bedazzle a corset. Okay, y'all already know that. We have many corset bedazzling videos. This one's pretty special because I tried a couple of new things, and of course I sewed the corset myself, which is always, you know, it's always a nice little badge of honor for me. So I am excited about this corset because I did try some new things. Did they work out? You shall see. But I did try and push myself to do something a little bit different for this project. So you know, all the materials for this project will be linked down below in the description and in the comments and all that good stuff. So anyway, you know, it's going to be a long video. So grab a drink, grab a glass, grab whatever you want to grab, kick back, relax, and enjoy the video. So this is the corset I'll be using as a base to bedazzle for this Venus Temple Avanni Ensemble. It is a simple underbust corset with lavender colored lilac color satin. It's my typical satin corset that I've made many a times here on this channel, and so that will be the base that will be bedazzling, and it's already beautiful, but let's make it sparkly. And so these are also all the gems and rhinestones I'll be using in order to make this corset super duper sparkly, and all of that will be listed down below in the description, and I'll show you clips throughout this video. So anyway, let's get on to it for real. All right, so first things first is that, where is it? There it is. So I'm going to first use the new setup. So please don't mind me trying to figure this shit out. I'm using there we go, the Crown Jewels and Love Letter oval 25mm first, and I'm going to like strategically place them on the corset. So anyway, I know I just want the Love Letter color to be the main color for this corset, so I'm going to first start with hot gluing these. I'm also going to, because I know I at least want the first ones to be like right up in here. Sorry, while I'm marking where all of the rhinestones should go, I am having my hot glue warm up. And I'm using the Gorilla Glue ones because those are the ones that work the best for me. Now I'm going to take the the Love Letter 25mm oval Crown Jewels and just like glue them, like I think right below, or do I want it right below? Yeah, I think I'm going to do it right below the binding. And like I said, that will be like our foundation. Ooh, okay, there's a little overlap. I couldn't help myself. All right, so I kind of hold it until I know the glue has probably dried. And I put about this much glue on the back of it. And you can also feel when the jewel or the glue is cool, or you know when it's like adhered properly. When the hot glue isn't like hot anymore, that's when you know it's like secured in place. All right, so this is what the corset looks like once it's rhinestoned at the top. So at the bottom, we're going to use a different rhinestone. We're going to use the 30mm Teardrop rhinestones instead, just to add some dimension to it. So, ta-da! They're so pretty. They're literally gorgeous. Look at that. Literally gorgeous. So, anyway, as you see, the contrast with the light purple and fuchsia is giving all that it needs to give. I will always love this color rhinestone. I don't think there's anything that will make me change my mind. With the Teardrop, I think I'm putting it definitely above the binding this time. It's not even going to overlap. So, y'all, I miss this so much. Like, so much. It's been a long time, but it's been a while since I have literally like fully artistically rhinestone. Like I did the Halloween corset belts, which I always love to do, but like this is like pure artistic vision. And I'm happy about it. I really am. So what we're going to do now is surround each crown jewel with a row of Ariana rhinestones. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to surround each crown jewel with a row of Ariana 4mm rhinestones, flat back rhinestones. These are risen, but you all know I like to mix materials and textures and all that stuff. So I'm going to do that next to kind of give an encrusted look, but I'm dotting the glue just like around the rhinestone. And then I'm going to take another toothpick with glue on it to then place the rhinestones there. Ooh. And I'm kind of pushing it relatively close. I might do 2 rows actually, because this also serves the purpose of covering up like the hot glue globs as well, because they look ugly. And so this like kind of at least gives a little bit more to look at. I'm trying to be like real careful to like not get glue on the outside of where I want to place everything. Well, I'm just gonna do this crown jewel, and then I'll like fast forward because y'all can't really see it for real. So I'm not gonna bore you with the details. Oh, that came out nice. So I don't know if y'all can tell the difference. Ta-da! It's very pretty. But yeah, so let me see. I might use a box to hold it up just so it can dry. I think like 15 minutes or so. So you get to see that's what we want. And it looks encrusted a little bit, you know? So anyway, now what we're going to do is add more rhinestones to actually create the shape. So I'm going to be using Love Letter Bank Vault Gems, Gold Claw Bank Vault Gems in 13mm. Yes, 13mm water drop. And for the teardrop on the bottom, I'll be using 10mm Rivioli Love Letter Gold Claw Bank Vault Gems, which are these like circular rhinestones. So, and then back to the ovals. I'm going to be creating like points at the bottom with these 4mm Marquise Love Letter Gold Claw Bank Vault Gems. So that's the setup, and it's gonna kind of look like flossing a little bit if you know that technique for especially vintage, I believe Victorian corsets. I believe it's the Victorian era. But anyway, it's gonna kind of represent that a little bit, but I'm actually following a unique pattern this time. So hopefully it turns out well. We'll see. Oh, this is pretty. All right, so I think I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna put some fuchsia rhinestones to connect right here, and then maybe surround the whole thing with the Ariana rhinestones. That's very pretty. So I'm just gonna keep going with each one, and I'm trying to be careful with how much glue I put because I really don't need that much. All right, and then I'm breaking out the Cupid's Arrow rhinestones to fill in kind of like the gaps between the water drop and the Marquise. I think I can fit like 2. Boop, boop. Oh, that's pretty. All right. It's something. It's definitely different than what I usually do. So there's that. And then I'm going to surround the whole thing with rhinestones. That is very pretty. Alright, so I finished the top, which I'll show you after we do the bottom, but the bottom's like a ton easier. I'm just gonna take a ravioli rhinestone, boop, and then just place it right on top. Like that. Press it down. And then after I put all the raviolis down, then I'm going to put 2 Cupid's arrow rhinestones on top just to create a little point. And then with any type of detailed work with rhinestoning, I try to make sure that my glue is just like as wet as possible, as in, like, you know how it gets dry and it gets thicker and thicker, that it stays more of the liquidy version instead of the thicker version as it gets drier. Because I typically actually like the drier version of most rhinestone glues. But if you're trying to do detail work, it's just a little bit harder to place the glue down if you're using the method that I'm using. So if you are kind of replicating this or taking notes from this project, try to refresh your glue, constantly pour out new glue that's a little bit more liquidy in form. Something like that. I'm still like freestyling it and figuring it out because I still have no idea what I'm really doing for this project. So bear with me, but that's the bottom. And then this is the top. Ta-da! Very, very pretty. So with the top, I'm going to do the second round of Ariana rhinestones all around the base. I mean, all around the rhinestone, like, situation. Except for the point at the bottom. So I realized during this project that I am a person who likes, if it's going to be like a full outfit, I'll just like to fully realize it. I need to sketch it out and stuff. So, because this winging it is a lot of pressure. Because it all also has to make sense, you know, so. It's either going to be terrible or wonderful, but I'm just going to stick by it regardless at this point. Alright, so y'all can't really see what I'm doing here. I am just vibing right now. I'm just making whatever I need to make. So anyway, I'm just going to do this little design on the back. Just like that. I might put a Cupid's arrow rhinestone too. We'll see. Yeah, that's cool. Just to have something to then I can like loop it up into here. So hopefully it doesn't interfere with the lacing too because of the hook. We'll see. I might put a little bit of hot glue just to make sure that doesn't happen. Alright, so this is what we're working with. So I'm gonna like fill it in, I think. Except for the front, I'm gonna like put a chandelier bead right here. But I think I'm gonna fill it to at least the baseline or the seam line of the bias binding. So I'm gonna actually flip this way just to make it easier. So I'm just and I'm still doing the little dots of glue, kind of. And I'm rhinestoning from the scoop line up too. Alright, so this is what the corset looks like right now, after all of that rhinestoning at the top and the bottom. I mean, it's going. I am still trying to cope with the fact of it looking like this, to be honest. I'm not mad at it, but I think it will all come together, you know, once the rhinestoning continues and all that stuff. So right now what I want to do is just complete the bedazzled and adorned top with just a where's the packet, love letter 14mm octagon beads, just 2 of them at least for now, to start with. So I want to just start with these and just put 1 on each like corner like this, literally, and then sew it down pretty much. And I'm gonna sew it down with like clear thread because I just couldn't decide what like color to do, and I don't think I have this exact color, like the love letter color, in a thread form. So I'm just gonna do clear like I did for my birthday butterfly look and just call it a day. Alright, so first things first is that I'm just kind of like lining it up to where I want it to be. I'm coming from the back into the front. Oops. And pulling, right, and I'm going back. Try not to sew your finger like I almost did. The only thing about clear thread is that it's obviously plastic, so it wants to do its own thing and not really pay attention to what you're doing. All right, so pull that and just kind of like, that's what I just do. I just do a typical like loopy stitch and call it a day. Oops. Just making sure it's in the right position. And I do it about 3 times just to secure the bead. All right, now we got the bead in order. Dear God. And then I'm just gonna flip it over and you know, secure it, tighten it, kind of try to hold it. So it should look like this when you're finished. And so now we're going to tie our thread again and then just sew the other side, because this is the 2-hole love letter octagon bead, and I double knot the thread as well. Ta-da! So there's that. So I'm gonna just do the other side real quick and then I'll be back. All right, so I sewed both of them. These are actually very, very pretty. It's actually very, like, if it's like that, I think that's very pretty. I might like put a couple of rhinestones here just to make it make sense. But anyway, or I might put a couple beads too. So that's that. And then at the bottom, oh, I don't even know if I talked about this, but for the bottom, I added 3 more of the Cupid's arrow rhinestones to just add to the design a little bit. It's very, very cute. I like it. That's more of a favorite detail of mine from the entire making of this corset. Now, the next thing I'm going to do real quick. Is this on? Yeah, it's on. Alright, so real quick, I actually want to just add some more water drops, like just in the in-between areas of the bottom of the corset, just so it's not as empty. So that will, what, be 5 of them? Yeah. And just do that real quick because I think it will look nice. And it's not going to be surrounded by anything. It's just going to be straight like that. Just so it's not empty. You know, I'm just going to do like spatial rhinestones for the rest of the corset. And I'm going to do like a gradient effect. This is the crew of rhinestones I'm going to use in order to do the gradient effect on the corset. And it's still not really set in a gradient like pattern. I'm still kind of freestyling everything, but that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. And so I did my little sample. Here we go. I'm going to zoom in for y'all. I did my sample of corsets on the fabric that I'm working on. And so this is kind of the vibe I'm going for. This is the gradient right here, the official gradient. But it's, I believe, Rose Water, Flower Shop, First Love, Burning Desire, Confession. And then this is from the, whatchamacallit, summer collection from 2 years ago. Magic at Midnight. It's going to be used very sparingly because it is a very deep purple, but on the sides it's more like magenta, what I'm talking about. But on the sides it gives more magenta than dark purple. So you can kind of see it, but that's going to be used very sparingly because I don't want it to get like too dark. I still want it to be more of a magenta light purple color. So I'm going to pour these out while this hot glue gets hot. So now it's time to move on finally to the second to final part of this entire look, which is rhinestoning. Oh, and I'm keeping the corsets together only because just so it's even when I'm rhinestoning, because my ass be going off the rails. Yeah, I worked really hard on the symmetry throughout the entire corset, so I just try to rhinestone it the same. And this is kind of how I do bras too. I don't go like do one side then the other side. I kind of just go across when I'm doing a gradient effect like this. So, and then later, after I fully rhinestone this and let it cure for like 24 hours, I am going to put it on my dress form to see how it looks, if there's any fixes I need to do or anything I need to add. All right, so hold on, I did the other side, as you can see. Ta-da! I'm going to do the next color, which is Flower Shop, which is a very pretty, oh, look at that. Come on now. It's so pretty. It has some purple in it too. So I'm going to add that to the mix. I'm going to start and overlap a little bit just so that it gives the gradient, right? So I'm going to do that and probably do like another, but that's like an inch and a half band of rhinestones. So I'm going to like add some like in here. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all the colors, but we'll just rock with what we got and figure out the rest later. Second color done. What is this? Flower Shop? Yeah. Flower Shop is done. Again, you can't really tell. It's literally the same color as the fabric with the little duochrome, so you can't really see it right now. But the next color that we're doing is First Love, which is a very pretty fuchsia, not fuchsia, lilac color. Again, overlapping, gradient, all that good stuff. So this is an absolute mess, but anyway, you can't even see, y'all. I'm so sorry if y'all can't see what's going on down here, but I swear there's rhinestone on here. I think you'll see the next color, but I'm doing Burning Desire next, which is one of the prettiest colors of the collection. Like Burning Desire and First Love literally go back and forth of like my favorite color from the collection. So again, gradient, we're moving more downwards the corset. All right, and then last but not least, we're doing Confession. Alright, so this is what the corset looks like so far. It's very, very pretty, but you can even see that it's still like sparkly, even with like semi-even light. So that's good, and that's why I love the crystal glass corset, crystal glass rhinestones. Lord, I've been saying corset for the last 2 weeks, so please bear with me. But anyway, so now that that's done, I'm like so about this part, but I think once it's on, it'll make more sense than like it being, you know, laying flat and all that stuff. So anyway, now the last thing to do for this corset is to do the beaded trim at the bottom. And so I am going to take y'all through that process. Okay, so this is what we got going on right now. I have a 20-inch long piece of, what, 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch ribbon. And that is going to serve as our base for our beaded trim situation. And so I'm taking some masking tape to tape it down, and it's about 1 inch worth of space because there's about, I think the bottom length of the corset is 18 inches, so I just added 2 more for space. So I'm just lining it up to the edge of the ribbon right there, so I know like that's my seam allowance, and this is where the real beginning starts. Ooh. No, that's pretty accurate. All right. Bucket, I know the line looks crooked right here, and it also might be too. So I'm sorry if the optical illusion that's going on right now is bothering y'all. Here we go. Oop. Trying to make that straight, actually. There we go. That's kind of better. All right. So that's that. And so first things first with this beaded trim, I think I'm just going to do about 3-inch wide scallops with the Love Letter 6mm beads. So they come in this very, very cute packaging. Very, very cute packaging, right? So I'm going to do these beads. And so I already undid 1 strand. This is a 15-inch strand. Undid 1 strand. I'm going to hook up a needle and semi-matching thread. This is not the best color match, but it is what it is what I got. I don't have nearly anything else. I don't have anything else that's relatively close. So this is what we got. So I'm just doing like a basic, not as wide as like the yard long thread that you usually do for sewing needles. I'm just knotting it regularly, and I'm kind of like just freestyling it. This is not particularly a tutorial. I did let me zoom out. I did a better demonstration for the last Valentine's Day look, so please do not mind me. So I'm going to go, I think, under and up, and it's just like 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, I think I'm going to create a knot. So going underneath again, pulling, and then kind of putting my needle through and tightening. So anyway, something like that. And then I think I'm just going to do like 1 more time. Just for a good measure. Just like a regular knot. Anyway, so that's that. Then I have my beads. Oh, I totally forgot to mark out every 3 inches. Lord. Okay, let me do that first. Yeah, I think like 6 more beads and that'll be good. And then I'll count how many it took. Something like that. I like that though. All right, and then I'm just gonna do the same knot on the other side. So, so I'm gonna pull it until like the bead hits like the edge of the ribbon. And then I'm just gonna go, when I knot it on the, I'll go on the other side. Oops, come on. Okay, there we go. Ugh, I can't stand this thread. Okay, cool. And then one last one on here. All right, and that should be good, right? That's cute. And then we continue. So I'm going to start just from there, not cutting the thread or anything, and starting the next beading. So 24 beads, give or take. So sending this needle to back underneath the ribbon. There we go, to start the next loop. So. So that's that. I did the entire row, did the entire ribbon. They're not, I don't think they're all even, but they look cute. And I think like hanging is gonna look a lot better. So now that that's done, next I believe I'm going to do the Love Letter Teardrop or drip pendants. And these are the 38mm. And I'm going to pair them with Love Letter 14mm octagon beads with the arrow connectors, and make pretty much like pendants with those. And I also think with the octagon bead on top is going to be a jump ring, and pretty much put them where the water drop pendants are on the corset. So what I'm going to do off camera real quick is just measure the distance between the front, I think, and each water drop pendant, and then mark it here with pins. I think that's the best way to do it, because I don't want to sew and bead while the corset is on a dress form, because that just seems, I don't want the fuss. All right, so I took all of my measurements. So I only need 4 of the teardrop pendants in order to mark where the water drop pendants are. But anyway, so this is the packaging. This is very, very cute. And then these are the gems. Adorable. I'm gonna like lay everything out. So first things first, I'm going to take this out. So I'm gonna, boop, that's right there. Oh, let me look at mine, because what I like to do is that I like to flat arrange just any rhinestone combination and bead combination. Oh, I might do this look, by the way. We'll see. Because it looks like a corset bodysuit. It's very cute. Anyway, is it garters? Anyway. All right, so this is the setup I'm planning to do for the teardrop pendants. And so it is a jump ring, octagon, pendant, arrow connector, then teardrop. So that's, I'm gonna just like pre-do those on here. First thing, I think I'm gonna connect these two first. So this is how you do it. I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see. So I got the teardrop pendant and I got the arrow connector. Protruding side is the one that you're supposed to bend or keep facing outwards and then bend these 2 prongs back. Do I want it this way or this way? I think I want the arrow facing down. And then so the flat side is facing towards the wrong side, right? So you take one side and you put the prong into the hole and then you fold it upwards, flat against the pendant, right? Cool. Then you take your other side of the pendant, whatever it is. So I'm taking an octagon bead, put it in the hole for the other prong, and then you bend that backward like that. And so I have the pliers just so you can gently, you know, maneuver it. Ta-da! Very, very pretty. That's what it's supposed to look like. So, and then you take a jump ring, and then it's just like a typical like keyhole ring. You just gotta be gentle, try not to scratch nothing, but you just pretty much hook it on like this. Ta-da! So that now when you sew it on, the pendant can face outwards. Also, it just gives a little bit more space, a little bit more, because I don't think I wanted to sew the octagon bead straight to the ribbon. I think I just wanted a little bit more breathing room. So this is it. So that's that. So we're gonna pre-make all of those. All right, so after I have done all of the pendant preparation, they look gorgeous, right? All right, so now that that's done, I'm going to mark everywhere that the pendant needs to be. And so what I'm going to do is literally take the pendant and just like do that little like hook stitch thing. So you like put the thread in between the octagon bead, right? Not the octagon bead, the jump ring. And then I'm going to put my needle through the loop of the thread. Ta-da! So you got it securely in place. And then I'm going to do that same stitch. Ooh, all in an instant. Now I gotta unravel my damn thread. Okay, we're good. So now I'm going to do that same stitch I did to secure the scallop beads in place, which is to go from underneath up top, right? And then I'm going to go from the right side underneath and then put again my needle through the loop. Oops. And then go to the left side and do the same thing. And then tie a knot. I'm going to do it twice just to really secure it since it's a little bit heavier. Ta-da! That looks nice, right? That works. So, anyway, more of the same of that. So I'm going to do that over and over and over again. And the jump rings, depending on how they want to behave, might be flush against your skin while wearing a corset or wearing a garment with it. So we'll see. This is my first time doing this. So like I said, I'm learning just the way you are right now. So we'll see how that goes and how that works. So this is what it's giving. Ooh. Ooh. Y'all didn't even see that last one. Damn. Anyway, this is what it's giving. Well, y'all can't really even like see it the way I see it. But anyway, that's kind of what we got. So I'm gonna go put this around the corset and see if I need anything else on it. All right, decided to pull out the Ariana 22mm teardrops to just go on either side of. Ooh, you can't even see that part, Lord. To go on either side of the teardrops, the big teardrops, because I feel like it just needs some extra. I wish I had a smaller version of the icicles. I just think the icicles will be too clunky. So that's what we're doing instead. That's just like add 2 beads, call it a day. And I'm using the Rapunzel 4mm faceted rondelle glass beads. I'm gonna try to use the ones that are already loose first, because I really don't want to cut these if I don't have to. So matching thread, same hook, stitch, I don't know what else to call it. There's probably like an official name for it. All right, and then just 2 beads, nothing too crazy. Oh my god. Oh, okay, that's what's going on. And like literally right there. Oh, I think that's pretty. All right, and then like literally about like between 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. I think that's gorgeous. All right. It looks a mess right now. It's going to make more sense when it's hanging on the corset. So this is what the trim looks like once it's all said and done. I only did one on the back because it's literally the back. I just did it. I was tired of sewing these things because these are actually way harder than anything else I did on this trim. So I'm going to peel the trim off of the table and sew it to the inside of the corset. All right, so this is the corset. Oh, it's like completely overexposed, but this is what the beads look like. Isn't that so pretty? It's literally gorgeous. So I'll be like trying it on, but this is it. Ooh, you can't really see it because it's too bright up in here, but if I make it darker, let me see. I don't know if I make it darker if it's going to look better. Kinda. Literally gorgeous. Literally gorgeous. So I can't wait to put this on. So this is the final result of the corset for the Venus Temple Avanni Ensemble. I love this corset. I have a love-hate relationship with this corset. I think I will fall in love with it over time. I mean, that is the theme of this project. So I will fall in love with it over time, but it's definitely different from what I'm used to doing. And so it's growing on me. The friends gave me a hard time. I'm out of practice. You know, this is definitely a warm-up project for me, so please bear with me. It gets better from here, but I still love the corset. I just love the purple and fuchsia like contrast in the corset. That's what really inspired me for the entire project, was like the fuchsia and purple lilac colors kind of contrasting, and I really tried to emphasize it, especially in this corset mostly. So anyway, that is it for this video. If you need to see and watch how I actually sew my corsets, I'll link that video up here and down below as well. I just want to skip it just straight to the rhinestoning because that's what we're here for. So anyway, that is it for this video. I don't think I have anything else to say for this video. So anyway, I will see you next video, y'all. So please turn on your post notifications and subscribe to my channel so you know when the next video posts in this video series. And I hope you're enjoying the Venus Temple Avanni Ensemble project video series in general. You know, I'm just happy to be back. That's all. I'm just happy to be back, and I'm excited to see y'all. So anyway, that is it for this video. you know, do all the things. Check out the links down below and all that good stuff. So anyway, that is it. Stay tuned for the panties for the next video. So please love yourself, and I will see you next video. Mwah!